So the first and most important thing to do when you start playing The Office is read the rules from cover to cover. This will help you immensely in playing the game. The next thing you need to do is set up. This is what your final setup should look like. The character cards are set out close to each other but on opposing sides of the playing field, with all of them in order and all of them with their clips set to the highest sanity level. The manager cards are on top of the daily clock, which is also in the middle, and then the counter is on top of the 12. The money card is in the middle since nobody's winning yet. And the sanity cards and all the rest of the cards are put in the middle also for easy reach. First of all, choose your team. If you're 2 players playing against each other, then just have 1 on each team. If you're 4 players playing against each other, 2 will go on each team. The last thing you need to do before playing is decide the turn order. Whoever's closer to the age 27 will be the one who goes. For example, I'm 20, and I'm 18, so I'll go first. So the first thing you'll need to do is draw 4 cards from the middle card pile. This includes your redemption, sacrifice, sanity, anything else aside from the money card and the character cards and the manager cards. You'll keep it in your hand, and you won't show anybody else unless you have a partner if you're playing 4-player. The opponent will draw their cards as well. Since it's the first turn, the only thing you're really able to do is play a sanity card on the opposing player. So I'll look at my hand, which I have 3 sanity cards and a redemption card. Probably the best thing to do is choose the sanity card with the highest value. And the one I chose is -15 and it's called Eyes Cold. And you always read out the cards to the opposing player. So I'll say, the ice cubes in your drink turn to eyeballs and roll to face you as you take a swig, lose 15 sanity. And I'm choosing to play this on Ray Ramirez, who's a worker. So I'll give this to my opposing player, and then they'll look and see what the value is, and then take -15 points from the mental damage. So they'll go 50, 45, 40, 35. So Ray only has 35 left. And take this and then put it under here, under her cards that you can reference later if you need to. I'll then draw my hand back up, and it'll be the next player's turn. The next thing I'll do is look at my hand and see what I want to play on floor 16. So I have 3 sanity cards and a redemption card, and I want to play Attack of the Face Snatchers, which is -20. Your best friend now has a completely different face. No one seems to notice but you. Lose 20 sanity. I want to play this on Carla Chang. So she'll go from 60, 55, 50, 45, 40. Now, since it's the second turn of the game, I could have chosen to counter player 1's attack, but I didn't really think it was a good time in the game to do that, and I also didn't have the card for it. Another choice of something that I could have done during this turn is play my redemption card, which is a +10 add sanity card, and if I had done that, I would have placed it on my own player, and the only player I could have done this on was Ray, because she's the only one who's had damage done to her. I would look at her sanity, which is at 35, and I would have brought it up to 45, seeing as this is a +10 add sanity. Because remember, redemption cards can only be played during your turn, unless it's a counter card, in which you have to play it right when the opposing player is playing the card that you're trying to counter. Otherwise, you can't use it. Now, since both of us have taken a turn, we would then take the daily clock and move it to 1, because 1 day has passed. When 12 days have passed, we'll pick up a manager card, one of us will read it aloud to the group, and then put that play into effect. Don't forget that even once the counter on the clock has reached 12 After its first time around, it has to keep going and will keep going for the entire game. Now when employees start dying, whether they've been killed by a sacrifice card or whether their mental damage is just too much for them to continue going in the game, i.e. it's gone to 0, they're flipped over, revealing whatever design is on the back. Usually it's a tombstone with some sort of design, and this means that they're out of the game, and unless they're revived, they can't be used anymore. Now as you get further into the game, there's going to be more and more choices that are available for you to do against the other player. The most prominent thing that becomes available to you? Sacrifice cards. These cards are used to kill players' employees once they hit their kill zone, which is 15 for every employee in the game. They can only be used on one employee at a time, and only once. Another option is the revive card. The revive card is used to bring back employees that have died. There's very, very, very few of them in the game, so they have to be used really, really wisely. The revive card is used on your turn and only on employees that are on your floor. Have fun. Thanks so much for playing The Office.